Murda Mook responds to Joe Budden clowning the size of his home. This is Fresh Hip Hop Opinion with your guy Oleezeh. Don't forget to subscribe. So, if you recall, a few months ago, Murda Mook, the battle rapper, had law enforcement, the po-po, the police, the coppers in his home. Apparently it was because his girlfriend, his partner, or his wife, whatever, called them because he got into an altercation with his daughter, who was a teenager. She's like 17 or 18. And what Mook decided to do is go live on Instagram. So he basically put it all on Instagram live, the police talking to him, and he was basically heavily drunk. He even admitted it on the camera. And he was just being overly aggressive, which is understandable when you got police in your personal space. But the police weren't really doing anything at all. They were just standing there. They weren't even some big, intimidating guys. It was some regular looking guys. Well, obviously it went viral. Everybody was talking about it at the time. And the place was in a bit of a mess. Let's keep it real. Well, Joe Budden was one of the loudest voices to actually comment on the state of his home. And I've got the audio of that. Plus, Mook had an interview just recently and he replies to what Joe Budden was saying. And I got the clips for you right now. Check it out.
Murda Mook got arrested on his Instagram Live. Going Instagram Live, I guess he went live to show the police entering his home. Mm-hmm. But apparently his wife called the police on him because him and his daughter had gotten into an altercation.
The size of that bedroom and living room and kitchen and bathroom was like the box that the phone posits came in.
How were you able to see each and every room?
I zoomed in.
Okay. Jesus.
Yo, Mook, you have to move. You have to move now.
I mean, you can make fun of whatever you feel like. Right. He came to his family house and slapped it out of his family on camera and told that to come stick up for your family, and he did. We know him, we know used to pick him up off the streets and give him money. I thought me and him might have been, I thought we had a rapport where we were cool. Shout out to LL, shout out to Shaq. These men reached out and understood what was going on and what I'm dealing with. And they helped me. They didn't watch it and go on, do none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They reached out. His name is Mouse. Shout out to Shaq. These men reached out and understood what was going on and what I'm dealing with. And they helped me. They didn't watch it and go on, do none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They reached out. His name is Mouse. Look, like I said, I thought we was cool. Apparently, we wasn't.
Yeah, fam. See, Joe went a bit hard for me. I mean, that was too much. And considering that him and Mook are meant to be kind of cool, have a good relationship, I don't know why he did all that. I mean, Joe, we all know he's a bit of a snake. Wants to play the morality role when it suits him, but he does his dirt at the same time. Saying that I think he said something like his house was small like a phone booth or something like that. I was like, wow. If this is someone you actually are cool with, he went in. And the thing is, no one else in the Joe Budden podcast was even adding too much. I think there was one other voice that kept saying something, but the rest of them were just kind of giggling. And then Queen's Flip stayed out of it because him and Mook actually have a genuine friendship from before the fame in the streets. But Joe's gonna be Joe. He does things for entertainment and views, I guess, Or possibly, you know what, maybe Mook felt like they were cool and Joe Budden just felt like you're just an industry person that he knows. Wires got crossed. But Mook's response, you could tell he was uncomfortable speaking about it. In the interview he did on 15 Minutes of Fame, he goes into the fact that people reached out to him. LL Cool J was one of the names, Shaq as well. And they came in and checked on him whether he was all right. They didn't make it public. They didn't criticize him publicly. Or if they did it maybe after they checked that he's all right. But I heard also Mook went into some rehab. Maybe it's for alcohol, possibly. Because he obviously was heavily drunk at home. It's you're going to get heavily drunk at a party, you can understand it, but not. Why are you getting that drunk at home? There's no music, there's no friends, there's no girls, there's nothing like that. He dropped a sick line where he says, people will check how you're living, before checking if you're living. I'm like, boy, you should have saved that for a battle or something. You know what I mean? Imagine saying that in a rap line. But on a serious note, glad that he's good. He's in a better space. He's obviously got some sort of treatment or rehab or therapy or whatever he needed to sort himself out. Later on in the interview, he says that his daughter was going to college soon. Obviously, they've mended up whatever the issue was at that point. But will Joe Budden respond to Murda Mook? I wonder. Maybe Joe might actually feel bad that he didn't actually reach out to check if he was alright before going public and making a little joke at his expense. So I can imagine Joe just sneaking a little bit of convo about this situation, about Mook's response. I mean, bare minimum, there's meant to be a battle between Mook and another guy. Although people are saying it's unlikely to happen now, since they're saying Mook is pricing himself out of the battle. But Joe, Joe's a big fan of battle rap. He'll probably speak on that as well. He was one of the first battle rappers I ever used to watch. Very talented, one of the best of his era. So I'd love to see that happen. See him back on that stage. But people, I want to know what you lot think about what Murda Mook said about Joe Budden's comments. And what do you think about what Joe Budden said initially as well? Leave a comment below, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It's fresh hip hop opinion. Peace and love.